26th of March, we honor the light of wisdom that Zoroaster brought to the world. Khordad Sal, the celebration of Zoroaster's birth, falls on the 6th of Farvardin. It's a significant day honoring Zoroaster's teachings. The most valuable lesson is the victory of wisdom and righteousness over ignorance and falsehood. It is a day that reminds us of Zoroaster's core teachings. Good thoughts, good words, good deeds. Homata, Hokhta, Hawarshta. The foundation of a just and progressive society. Truth and Asha, cosmic order. The importance of living in harmony with truth and the natural law. Personal responsibility. Each individual has the power to shape their destiny through their choices. Victory over darkness. Ignorance, lies, and oppression can be overcome through wisdom and action. This day is a call to uphold the values that can lead humanity towards a better future, wrote Iranian Americans for Liberty on X. Kamran Mirhaji, the public and revolutionary prosecutor of Fars province, announced the arrest and persecution of several citizens who participated in Nowruz celebrations at Hafiziyeh and Persepolis. He claimed that these individuals engaged in actions deemed contrary to custom and law, and stated that authorities have identified and detained them, with further investigations ongoing to track down others involved. The gatherings, which were spontaneous and took place at the moment of the New Year's transition, saw participants singing national anthems and chanting slogans in support of the Pahlavi dynasty, expressing their opposition to the Islamic Republic. The arrests highlight the ongoing crackdown on public expressions of dissent, particularly during national and cultural events where historical and patriotic sentiments run deep. Reza Jabbarian, the son of executed officers of the Immortal Guard, and his wife Elnaz Eslami, both prominent monarchist activists, have been deprived of their citizenship rights following their release from prison. Reza Jabbarian was first arrested in 2009 and spent several years in prison before being released in 2020. After their departure from the country, the couple was arrested in Turkey in December of 2021 and deported back to Iran, with Elnaz Eslami being pregnant at the time. The psychological pressure during their detention led to her miscarriage. Reza was tried for charges of assembly inclusion after 13 sessions of interrogation and, along with his wife, was sentenced to 4 years and 4 months in prison. Both were released after serving 1/3 of their sentences. During their imprisonment, Elnaz Eslami was repeatedly abused by security forces. After their release, the couple faced 2 years of restrictions on political activities, work, banking services, and leaving the country. Additionally, a large sum of cash and personal belongings were seized by the authorities during their arrest but were never returned. This case underscores the ongoing repression of political activists in Iran, where individuals advocating for change continue to face harassment, imprisonment, and the confiscation of their rights and possessions. Keshwar Rezai, the mother of Arsham Rezai, a monarchist political prisoner held in Ghazal-Hazar prison, has announced that her son has finally been transferred to the general ward after 40 days in solitary confinement. Earlier, she had issued a dramatic ultimatum declaring that if her son was not moved out of solitary confinement by 5 p.m. on Sunday, March 23rd, she would take her own life in front of the prison as an act of protest. Sara Abbasi, the wife of Manucher Bakhtiari, has announced on Instagram that a new court date has been set for her husband. According to a recently issued summons, his trial on charges of spreading falsehoods via cyberspace will take place in Branch 1 of Qazvin Court. Expressing deep concern, Mrs. Abbasi revealed that she has had no contact with her husband since March 19, 2025. She stated that Bakhtiari is being held in a small cell and is in poor mental condition. Criticizing the authorities for their continued pressure, she said, instead of granting him temporary release, they keep fabricating new cases against him to ensure he remains in prison despite his illness. She urged the public to be the voice of Manucher Bakhtiari, calling him the voice of Iran's oppressed people. Mr. Bakhtiari, whose son Puya was killed during the 2019 protests, has been imprisoned and repeatedly harassed for his activism, reflecting the ongoing suppression of dissent in Iran. More than 18 months after his arrest, Mashallah Karami, the father of executed protester Mohammad Mehdi Karami, has been denied Nowruz and medical leave, despite his deteriorating health. His lawyer Ali Sharifzadeh Ardakani announced the news on X, stating, despite legal eligibility, his request for furlough was rejected for unknown reasons. Mr. Karami, who is imprisoned in Karaj Central Prison, suffers from vision problems and urgently requires medical treatment. However, authorities have refused to grant him even medical leave. He has been sentenced to over 12 years in prison, fined, and had his assets confiscated across 2 separate cases. Some of these rulings are still under appeal or under review by Iran's Supreme Court. Abbas Ali Owaisi, the Director General of Welfare in Sistan and Baluchistan province, has revealed that 64% of Zahedan's population resides in informal settlements, concentrated within only 20% of the city's total area. He attributed the expansion of these marginalized communities to poverty and a lack of job opportunities in rural areas, which forced many families to migrate to the city in search of a livelihood. Owaisi also stressed that insufficient funding has been allocated to address and mitigate this growing issue. Zahedan, the provincial capital, has long struggled with economic hardships and inadequate infrastructure, exacerbating social inequalities and urban overcrowding. Between the years of 2024 and 2025, at least 1,077 workers lost their lives in Iran due to workplace accidents, an average of nearly 200 deaths per month or 50 per week. These fatalities highlight employer negligence, lack of safety regulations, and inadequate oversight by labor inspectors, making this situation even more concerning. The leading cause of workplace deaths was falls from heights, which claimed 498 lives in just 6 months. Other major causes included 246 deaths due to struck by object incidents, 155 fatalities caused by electrocution, 65 deaths from burn injuries, 35 fatalities due to oxygen deprivation. With inadequate workplace safety measures and weak enforcement, the crisis continues to endanger thousands of Iranian workers every year. Thousands of citizens and farmers in Isfahan staged a large-scale demonstration and march, demanding their water rights for Zayande Rud and protesting against water shortages and the drying of this historic river. The demonstrators, including farmers whose livelihoods depend on the river, chanted slogans declaring that nothing can stop them and their sole demand is the return of water to Zayande Rud. The drying of Zayende Rud, once the lifeline of Isfahan, has been a long-standing issue, with government mismanagement, water diversion projects, and climate change worsening the crisis. Protests over water scarcity and farmers' rights have repeatedly erupted in recent years, reflecting deep-seated grievances against the authorities' failure to address the crisis. A group of official employees of the Iranian offshore oil company in Lavan operational zone staged a protest demanding better working conditions. The workers called for full implementation of the Livelihood Improvement Plan, payment of overdue wages, eliminating discrimination between official and contract workers. This protest highlights ongoing labor grievances in Iran's oil and gas sector, where wage delays and unfair treatment have fueled growing unrest among workers. Workers of Haftepe sugarcane company who were employed as cane cutters held a protest against their dismissal. Their jobs were replaced by new machinery, leaving them unemployed. The protesting workers are demanding either reinstatement to their previous positions or provision of alternative employment. This protest reflects the broader job security crisis among Iranian laborers, where automation and lack of social protections continue to threaten workers' livelihoods.
امروز 6 فروردین 404